Hello ladies and gents, welcome back to another Master League with your host SpoonyPizzas. Today we're playing as Leeds United using Marcelo Bielsa's tactics throughout the season. So this is just the sort of welcome intro, understanding what the seasonal objectives are going to be. Now, like I said, I'm going to be playing the Marcelo Bielsa tactics. So win, lose or draw, we're going to stick with them. So it's a fluid formation 4-1-4-1, which then moves to a 3-3-1-3, which I'll be sharing with you in a few minutes. It's also another video on these tactics in a separate video. But here we are. How about we aim to be promoted to the top division? I don't think the league title is a good option to choose. Obviously, I think getting us promoted at any cost would be a realistic target. Obviously, we're going to try and go for the league title, but you know, let's just try and get promoted into the Premier League, which is where Leeds want to be. Like they said, they've been languishing in the Championship for far too long, and that's precisely why they brought in Marcelo Bielsa. So here he is. I mean, yeah, it's Zico, but it's the closest one I could find to look like Marcelo Bielsa, I'm afraid. So here he is. Congratulations on becoming manager. And what's your plan for the team? I have my own ideas. Wants to play his own sort of brand of football. What style of football do you want to play this season? I want to see the boys play hard. Intensity is the key word for me. Whether you're attacking or defending, you've got to be ready to put your heart and soul into the game. Precision and technique have their place, but it's critical to remember that football is a contact sport. It's a battle out there, and there's no place for players who aren't ready to lay it all on the line and play their hearts out. Ah, well said. So here we are. Into the Master League for Leeds United, and I'm just going to employ those tactics that I have saved. So this is the fluid formation that I was talking about. So when I have possession of the ball, it's a 4-1-4-1, and when I have possession of the ball, it's a 3-3-1-3. Counter attack, short pass, wide attack and air, flexible positioning, 5 support range, frontline pressure, middle aggressive, 4 for defensive line, 5 for compactness, wing rotation, defensive on Phillips, and gegenpress. So that is how I'm going to line up. Let's just move some of these players around just so I get the teams, or the team that I want on the bench to be on the bench. Let's put Douglas Douglas Costa. I wish I had Douglas Costa. Douglas and Aliowski swap positions. So yeah, it's looking pretty good. I don't think we've got like a massive budget for players, but we'll have a look anyway. But before I do that, I just want to get into skill training. Sorry, skill training, not the training. And let's see if we can do any long range drives, chip shots. No, I always check these first. No, because those are the most important ones for me. I'm going to set Cliche as a captain. I think that's quite important to have. If it reduces the effects of fatigue for all the team, especially with us playing gegenpress. Negotiations. Let's have a look at who's on the free transfer list. So we've only got 858,000. So not a lot of money to play with. I don't think we want to sign anyone too old. Centurion here. Looks pretty decent. Good balance. A bit worried about his physical contact. You need physical contact, I think, in the certainly in the lower leagues. Ben Arthur. Hatem Ben Arthur. Wow. Bit concerned about his form, and his age is 32, but he's got good acceleration, dribbling, tight possession. I quite like a lot of those things. He's got plenty of tricks up his sleeve as well. Kicking power 79, yeah, not bad, and he can play most of the positions as well. His finishing is only 74, but you know, not bad for a midfielder. Marquisio, Pereira. Again, his physical contact's a little bit low for my liking. That and balance have got to be key for me. So yeah, Ben Arthur's sort of jumping out at me at the minute. Ramirez. No, I'm going to go with Hatem Ben Arthur. So let's have a look, see what I can do negotiation-wise. So I'm going to knock his salary right down. Oh. 2 years. 2-year deal. Doesn't look like he wants to stay here that long. Or maybe he's retiring in a couple of years. Just have a look at a few other players on here on this list. I mean, there's no real specific position I'm trying to strengthen. The squad is good overall. But it's just about, if I do bring in a player, I want them to have that physical contact. I don't want to see him just get shoved off the ball easily. And that is a physical. It's going to be a physical league. I quite like this chap as a defender. He's not the quickest. He's got some good ball winning. It's good height as well. You know. But no, I think I'll bring in Ben Arthur for the time being, if I can get that deal over the line. Let's just put the autosave on. Last thing I want to do is create some new data. Okay, so let's have a look at the manager's messages. Training, scouts. Yeah, I need to set up my scouts for sure. So, like I said, I'm not really looking to bolster weak spots. I don't really see that as an issue. Maybe I'll just look at each and see if anyone pops up. Like I said, I'm not, at the minute, not looking for anything specific. Don't see too many problems with the squad I've got. Really saying don't really need to buy anyone, but Ben Arthur would be sort of a nice to have, just to bolster those attacking midfield positions when Pablo Hernandez isn't able to play. You know, 46 for the team spirit is not great. So I don't think Ben Arthur is going to boost that, to be honest. So he wants a little bit more money than I offered initially. Can I renegotiate? I mean, I'd love to drop him down a little bit lower. Gives me some room for negotiation. So let's try and boost these. Which reminds me, I have got to adjust my salary budget of how I receive things. Okay, so that's. Let's try that. See if he comes back with something. Might be a risk to the actual signing. So I'm just going to set these to receive a salary and pay with transfer, just to try and boost my salary budget, as that's really low. And obviously without a salary budget, you can't sign players, so there's no point having a transfer budget. So I'm hoping we can get the deal over the line for 500,000. Gives me a little bit more room for negotiations. Obviously, if he turns it down, it's going to be hard to renegotiate. Oh, look at that. He's accepted it. Down to 500,000. yeah, we're going to play him some goal bonuses and win bonuses, but that comes out of the transfer budget, so it's going to be minimal. So there we are. Salary budget reduced by $500,000 for the year, but a really, really decent signing that. I like the look of Centurion too, but like I said, just put off by that transfer budget. That's another thing we need to look at as well. So here's Hatem Ben Arfa. You know, considered quite a lazy player, but I think I can deal with that. Even if I did come out in the press and say I want the boys to work hard in the earlier news conference. So let's just bring Ben Arfa. Yeah, he's going to massively impact my my team in not such a positive way. Yeah, he can play on that left wing maybe. He's left-footed, isn't he? Yes, he is. Has he got pinpoint crossing? No. Let's sort the wings for those two. Helder Costa's left-footed as well, so it's important to note for future. Okay, so we'll go with that for the time being. And see how that does. Pondering whether to actually play him, to be honest, at the start. Maybe just bring him on as a sub, or like I said, when Hernandez is off form or whatever, then I can always play him there. So the first match at Elland Road is against Barnsley. This is something I've got to make a change on. So he's actually my highest rated player now, so I'm going to set most of these to refusal. I'm happy with all of these players. 7.2 million for Phillips. Do you know what? If they come with a big offer, then that may be something I can consider. Same for Helder Costa. Any players with massive sort of or big market value and big wages, then I can look to replace them probably. Also, players that are quite old. Might be worth considering offers and getting them out the door before they lose their value. I think he's one player I can't really let go for only 1.8 million. It's not worth it. Not for the quality he brings. Bamford. Refuse. You know, we have got a decent squad here, to be fair. For sure. And Ketia, definitely got to keep him. Dallas, yeah. Oh, pretty much all my first teamers. And when we get down to these players down here, do we start to look for replacements? We have got a backup goalkeeper that's the same overall as Casillas. So we could always look to offload him, but certainly not going to accept 2.7 million at the minute. I'm going to try and look for a better offer. Need all the money I can get if I'm going to replace him. Notice that Padacek was on the free transfer list. So here we are up against Barnsley at Ellen Road for our first game. League opener, chapter 1. We'll be using new signing Ben Arthur in the opening match. I haven't decided yet. I think that's a true reflection of how I'm in my mind right now. First match of any season is important. But I prefer to not be bogged down who's on my team sheet. So yeah, I want to try and start off with a win against Barnsley. Would be perfect. Barnsley are a tough side, but there's no reason to fear them. The supporters will be giving it their all out there today, so let's do the same. And funnily enough, I actually started my career, my Become a Legend career, with Barnsley, and I found it really difficult to get the ball. So obviously it's considered a derby match. That's why you're seeing these flashing arrows. It means they've basically gained one. So he would normally be a yellow arrow, he'd normally be a yellow arrow, he'd normally be a green arrow, and so on and so forth. So they've gone up one. If it's constantly flashing and they're a young player, then that means they're actually developing. So if you do see like a youngster, 20 years old, 19, 18 years old, and they keep having a flashing blue arrow for every game, that means they're developing. So you want to try and play them as much as you can, and that's going to help boost their development. So it's like a growth spurt, you could say. So daytime game up against Barnsley. Let's have to see how this fluid formation comes off against 4-5-1. 4-5-1's got to be one of the hardest formations to play against, because midfield gets bogged down. You have to sort of keep attacking down the wings. It's usually the best form to go, because the midfield area is just too clogged up. So Bamford getting us kicked off in this gloriously sunny day. Helder Costa just getting a little too narrow there. Oh, cool. That was a nice through ball from Hernandez. Bamford was on his way. Look at this. Little through ball. I couldn't quite get a touch with Bamford just to move the ball. I don't know what Hernandez's curls like, so I'm just going to have a quick look. So he's got 81 for curl. That's pretty decent. So I think there is good enough. No, didn't bend as much as I thought, unfortunately. There's Bamford. Just tried nutmegging that defender, but it didn't quite come off. Oh, come on, goalkeeper. Maybe he's looking for a way out if he's going to start doing things like that. And they'll ball around the corner there. Sets up nicely. Oh, just wide. Unlucky. This is a nice ball around the corner here. So play him in, take a touch to set the ball. Always take a touch. It's always going to help your accuracy. You can see they're playing long ball because that's why their back line is so high up. So that's their sort of style that they're looking to play, which is why I always struggled as I become a pro. Season was hampered by their style until I moved to Bristol City, where it suddenly improved. I played the type of football I was looking for, sort of possession, passing based game, not hoofs to the striker and hope for the best. Chances were at a premium to say as a striker. Applying a little bit of pressure here. Building quite nicely, but I'm just trying to hold my formation until they make a mistake like that. Since he started dawdling on the ball. Here's Hernandez. Helder Costa on this side. Can't quite get on the ball. Team's sitting in a little bit, so I'm just going to apply attacking strategy now, just to push my players forward, the fullbacks forward, and hopefully get a bit further up the pitch. Sitting a little bit deep for my liking. And great defending there. Into Bamford here. Nice little reverse pass. Cuts across it. Oh, that was beautiful play. Absolutely beautiful. Alioski. This was nice. Into Bamford. Holds it up. Little reverse ball. Cuts across using the Super Council. And fired into the corner. It's a great touch and a great hit. Keeper gets a hand to it. Can't quite keep it out though. Alioski could have been playing at left back if Ben Arthur was on form. Although, would Ben Arthur have scored that? I don't know. I don't honestly know. Oh, lovely little piece of skill. The little body feint. Just a drop of the shoulder. It still is the most effective skill. It's always one I come back to time and time again. Certainly in that situation as well. Nice ball to Bamford. Oh, this is sublime now, ladies and gents. Absolutely sublime. Look at this. Lovely little ball around the corner again. This is beautiful play. Douglas there. And then Bamford. Wonderful finish. So that attack, changing my attack and defense strategy is definitely having a positive impact on the play. I do have a video on the attack and defense strategy if you haven't seen it already, as well as the skill produced earlier. It's listed as the most effective skill, and that's what the video is called. Oh, Bamford was just crowded out there in the middle. It's good press here, by the way. Force them to play it long. And wow. Oh, not enough power there from Bamford. Wasn't really balanced nicely enough. Oh, I'll tell you what. Could have been in that. That's a strike at thin air. As the defender took it away. Oh, that's not a bad ball, actually. That's a nice ball as well. Defender gets back though. Perfect. Great play by Douglas. Let's click. Klitsch. Pablo Hernandez! Oh, it just sat up nicely. The defence are backing off here. Had to have a go. Takes a touch. Sets the ball. Oh, it's quite high and wide. Much more than than it looked from the this stadium cam view here. This stadium cam is 0, 4 and 10, if you were wondering. Get asked a lot about my stadium cam. Oh, it's not the best ball. Click. Can't quite get on into that. It's simply too far ahead. Great tenacity there from the my right back. Oh no, they've cut me open here. Ball in, is dangerous. Oh, I'll tell you what, that's just over his head. Woohoo! That was close. You know, they say 2-0 is the most dangerous scoreline. I'm like, well, I'd like a 2-0 head start in every game. But I get what they mean. It can swing very, very quickly, can't it? Oh, it's just about to tee up. Klitsch. That. He's run into me, ref. There's Phillips. Play offside trap here just to push the defence up and squeeze the defence and midfield together. And that's half time. So 2-0. Very, very rosy so far. 7 shots through on target, none for the opposition. So it's looking positive. Positive start. Just got to keep playing the way we are. Oh, lovely touch. I think they're playing a bit more attacking, so I'm going to go back to my neutral stance. And this is dangerous. Ball in. Maybe we can catch them on the counter now. Looking for Bamford. A little layoff. Got a 3 against 1 in this this side here. And cleared for a corner. Good chance for the first corner of the game. Get the ball in. Oh my goodness, that was not far wide. Oh, just lined it up there nicely with the manual shot. Took forever to come down. They have changed the tactics to wing rotation, deep defensive line. That's nice. Go on, Bamford. Run it. Run it, you demon. Let's keep the ball a little bit. Get the ball in. Nice ball over the top. Oh, defended well. Have another go. Oh, this time they block it. So you get an idea of how important the attack and defence strategy is this year. They had a little bit of pressure and I just switched it. And now my players are back in the right positions again. You just get a feeling for it. I'll just try to roll in with Helder there. Perfect. Oops. Bit of a loose ball there. And they are in. And this is really dangerous with a fluid formation. In the transition of where you have the ball and you lose it, especially in your own half. I've managed to win a free kick there, luckily. Yeah. During the transition phase of a fluid formation, what can happen is you lose the ball as you're bringing out a defence, so your formation's changing and you get caught, and that's always the worst time to lose it. Oh, that's poor again. Need to make some subs, I think. Good defending again by Douglas. He has had a superb game. I've actually gone for a defensive strategy now. But even though it's defensive, you can still attack. It's just the way your players will line up on the pitch and the sort of gaps they fill. So I think they changed it again, but there's no need to go and chase the game now. If we can try and keep a clean sheet and maybe get one more goal, it'd be quite nice. If I can just feed it here. Yep. Sets the ball. Oh, good strike. He's going to head it out. That's going to mean the ball's going to come straight back to him. That's a lovely ball in. Into my wide player. Couldn't get the cross in though. Oh, it's a bit of a race on here, but it's comfortable really. Into the wide position now. Bad ball in. Oh, just trying to block it, and he opens his legs and lets it go through him. Well played, keeper. Just sweeping up the threat. I mean, if this is the derby match, and this hasn't been too bad. Make some subs here. Could have brought Ben Arthur on, but I'll just leave it for the time being. You know, I think he's better suited. Than fall short in the in that attack midfield role, but just applying a little bit of pressure here. Maybe throwing the kitchen sink at me by pushing a defender forward. I'm just going to build nicely here. Keep control of the ball. Keep the possession going. So if I can just lay it off here. Not quite. Little reverse ball in. I read that if I can get my body across him. No, he got his body across me. Oh, and acrobatic effort from Tiam. Now we're going all out defence for the last 2 minutes. Just to get the win in the bag. And hopefully the clean sheet as well. All breeds confidence. This is a nice ball. Oh! He tried doing what James Milner did in the Champions League. Sort of toe poke outside of the foot, top corner. I saw him there. I was thinking, oh, let's have a go at trying to find him with that drilled cross, and yeah, that finish wasn't the best, and he's feeling a bit of a pain after that one. Just have to be careful with him. We don't want to pick up an injury right at the end of the game. There's no need for that, so I'll just keep the ball away from this left-hand side. And there we are, ladies and gents. 2-0. Let's have a look at those stats. They must be pretty dominant. Yeah, remember that second half, we just literally controlled them with the attacking and defense strategy, just changing it. Really gave us control of the game. And they couldn't get a foothold in. So let's just have a look at those stats. This is pretty high. Yeah, 58%, 11 shots, 4 on target, 194 passes, 163 completed. So really, really good. Good interception rate as well, 23 interceptions. So Marcelo Bielsa's first match is done, and that was looking really, really good. You know, it is only against Barnsley. That is considered a derby. And we're up there with Stoke, Preston North End, Cardiff, Wigan and Swansea. So looking down front of the table, Bristol City, Barnsley, Derby and Fulham at the bottom. So, you know, it's early days yet. But 2 goals, none conceded, a nice clean sheet. Even if it is at home, is a great start. Lionel Messi wins the European Best Player Award. League opener, Chapter 2. So, opening day victory for Leeds United greeted with universal praise. So if you didn't know, I'll just show you that it was on Legend difficulty. There we go. Match level Legend. So that's what the season's going to be played at. And that's all from me, ladies and gents. I hope you enjoyed that. If you did, don't forget to smash that like button. And yeah, welcome to my Leeds United Master League. Thanks for joining me. Bye bye.